Call it the Reddit Revolt. Nearly 200,000 Reddit users have signed a petition calling for a change at the helm of Reddit. In response, the company's interim chief executive, Alan Powell, apologized to its users for a long history of mistakes. But is it enough to cool the anger of its users? Joining us now to break it all down is Dan Costa, editor-in-chief at PCMag.com. Dan, great to speak with you today.
Thanks for having me.
So Powell may best be remembered, at least at this point in time, as the woman who unsuccessfully sued her former employer for sexual harassment. Perhaps not surprisingly, but really much to the dismay of users, she implemented her own rules against harassment on Reddit. Is this something she can recover from? What can she do to make things better?
Well, the thing about Reddit is that you have to remember, first of all, it's a huge site. Although a lot of people don't go to it, the people that do go to it a lot. It's probably the 24th largest site on the internet right now, so it's got a massive user base. The thing is, it built that user base by using moderators and actually its users. And they're pretty key to the success of the company. The problem is, none of those people are actually paid for by Reddit. So they're basically volunteers, and when the volunteers revolt, they can be very hard to control. And these sexual harassment changes, which most people think are a really good idea, just don't go over well when you dig down into some of the deep subreddits on the site, and the users can revolt and they can actually act against the company in a lot of ways.
So certainly that's been an issue, and another one that cropped up as we came into the 4th of July holiday weekend was the dismissal, or I guess the termination of a key executive that caused a handful or a number of moderators to shut down their pages. How much was taken offline without Reddit's permission? How much of an issue is the fact that we had this key dismissal?
Yeah, the thing about Reddit is it's a very distributed system. So the company has control over it, but it's nothing like the control you would expect at a normal company. The moderators actually have a lot of control over both their Reddits and their subreddits. So these came down over the weekend in protest, and these things can catch fire very, very quickly on Reddit. They become little viral sensations, and everybody jumps on board. So a good chunk of the site actually came down. It's all back up now, but there's still some courting that needs to happen. In order for Reddit to succeed, you've got to keep this community happy, and right now they just aren't.
And it does certainly seem to be a fine line, because you're talking about harassment issues, unintentional pornography that's been on the site, other situations, bullying that the site is definitely trying to streamline right now. What does all of this mean for Reddit moving forward? What does it mean for other crowd-based businesses?
Yeah, I mean, we're entering a point in the economy where the line between the business owner, the employees, and the users are really starting to blur. You look at a company like Uber, it's got thousands and thousands of drivers on the road that it is paying, but aren't technically employees of the company. Then you take a social media platform like Facebook, which has billions of users on its platform, but its real customers are actually the advertisers that it is then selling. So you're on Facebook, you are actually the product that Facebook is selling. So how much control do you get? How much control does the user maintain? That's something that really needs to be renegotiated. And for a company like Reddit, it's always going to be very difficult to control this audience, because part of what makes it so unique is that it's audience-driven and that the users are really in control.
Yeah, it's a good point, Dan. The boundaries definitely are blending here. It's an evolving process. Well, Dan Costa, thanks for joining us. Thank you for watching. I'm Morgan Brennan. Have a great day.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Downey from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.